good teams, but the first team I got to be a part of, the first volleyball team, was one of my favorites. And we were just chatting before about the fact, I don't know if you know this, I'm from New Zealand. That's why I talk a little bit funny from time to time. But New Zealand is not in any way, shape or form a volleyball mecca. It's probably more known for rugby and for cricket, and they do a lot of sailing down there and all this stuff. And volleyball is this small sport. And I just happened to be able to play at a time when there was a pretty good generation of guys going through, and I got to be a part of a great team. And I'm still friends with those people today. We still keep in touch, and when I go back down to New Zealand, we hang out and have a beer or two and have a laugh, and it's great. And I just am always, I guess, galvanized in the way that I try to get teams and the way I try to get groups to function by that one moment that I got to be a part of. I got to play boys volleyball, and I played basketball, and I played soccer, and I played rugby, and I played a bunch of different sports, some longer than others, and I played basketball. But volleyball was just unlike anything else that I'd ever experienced. And so initially, as you know, my role in this is quite small. It was a question to Walt. That's really the sum total of my contribution to this point. But the question was, why not here? And the answer, of course, seems to be, well, why not? There's so many of you here. Thank you for that. There's obviously been great progress that's been made. We still have work to do. Unfortunately, the end game is not attained yet. The end game being, we've got to get this thing to the finish line, get it sanctioned. And so I just would encourage you all to understand that we probably only still have this one shot. We talked about it last year. But if we don't get it done this time, I don't know, probably it's not me and Walt and Ginny and Krista. It's a whole different generation 10, 20 years down the road trying to do it. It's not going to be us. So I think the fact that we have such good traction, the fact that so many of you are here, again, thank you for sacrificing your Sunday evening to come and talk about boys volleyball. But the fact that you're here, the fact that we do have an ear, it seems, with the high school association, at least we're having an opportunity to speak to them, to advocate for the sport that we all love. I think there are so many good things in our favor. It's just going to require all of us to continue to make a strong commitment to this thing. Because at the end of the day, it's easy to rely on volunteers. You know, Krista and Jenny and Walt, they're not getting paid to do this, and they're doing a lot of work. But if we just rely on others, I think it's the wrong way to go about it. I think if we can all kind of connect and make the decision collectively that we all want to do this, I think there's some real merit to that, and I think there's some real power in that. And I guess that's ultimately what the high school association is going to have to make a decision on, is the unified commitment of this group and the others that aren't here tonight to get this thing done. It's really important. So I do have other things to do, but I think this is really important, and I'm here because I just want to, I don't know if it's big and pleading, but just encourage you strongly to try to get this thing done. Where getting it done means try to get a team and help someone else get a team. Try to continue to be advocates for our sport in any arena that you can be. Talk to your administrators about the value and, of course, the low cost of entry of adding a men's sport. That I get it at a time where adding men's sports may not be fashionable, but the fact is the Title IX issue is reconcilable. It is something we can work around or work with. We're not trying to take opportunities away from women. We're trying to add opportunities for young men, especially at a time where many young men are looking for things that they want to do that aren't maybe some of the traditional sports. In addition, one of the most compelling statistics that came from the first year of this season was that a large number, I won't rattle off a percentage, I'll let the experts do that, but a large number of the athletes that competed in the league weren't going out for another spring sport. So what we did is we got people off their phones and we got them into something where they could actually talk to another human being and do something, right? Their world's digital, sports analog, and there's real power in that. Not just for your schools, but for your communities and for the development of these young men. And so I just continue to believe that this is a really rare opportunity. I think Walt would attest to the fact that the idea that we even have come so far in so short a time is probably nothing short of amazing, but we're not interested in a noble defeat here. We're interested in getting this thing done. So I just, again, would ask, beg, encourage, whatever it is that's going to get you to do it, that we need everybody in this room to really rally around this thing here, and let's try to push it to the finish line. It's going to take all of us. But the more people you can talk to, the more people you can engage, the better off we're all going to be. So, as I said, I'm a boys high school volleyball athlete, and I've lived this surreal, atypical existence in volleyball that's been an amazing journey, but it all happened because I got to play high school boys volleyball. And I'm not saying that we're going to mirror my path, but what I do know is that we're going to give these boys a path. And to me, that's the biggest thing we can give them in a high school sporting environment. All right? So thanks everybody for being here. If you'll excuse me, I got to go watch some video.